You're right. They're going to have to play slowly.
Yeah, it was a nice interview. Honestly, I liked it.
That is a massive tool for him to be able to use.
Yeah.
It was
Even
good.
if this just becomes damaging, you take some of the sting out of it for next round from Cloud9.
It's worth noting as well, Kesnet. He gets going early with the confidence. It's a dangerous player to really hand the rifle over to. Grouped up now, the high tide flashed through, doesn't actually connect, but Davies is there. Sheriff in his hands. A watchful eye of his teammates guarding his back. Stun, dropped to the feet, dodged for now, but still they're going to be swarming the position. Zelsis.
Davies kind of did out alright.
Helping them out. Kesnet's still alive. Dash is active though. Be fading any minute now. Bit of a spray down.
Chat, who's in charge of watching the
This is dangerous, and this is looking more
Damn,
dangerous.
that's a straight up eco. Who's in charge of watching the
That's KRU. On a thrifty,
EMEA to see when we're like in agent select and stuff?
getting that plan down.
You got it? Okay,
Cloud9
Prodigy,
a bit of
love
a
that.
fumble there when it comes to trying to retake.
We got a few of you saying that you're doing it.
Fantastic
Me?
shots.
Okay,
He's
male.
not just with the ghost in the first round, but also hitting a sheriff shot. You know, Nags with 2 towards the end as well, coming back into this roster and helping
Made
them
imagine KRU win
convert
this
that.
one.
You also saw Kesnet get the first kill with the sheriff. He's always going to be at the front. He's
Pay out the
taking
prediction? Yeah, I
so
got you,
many of
nailed
this
it.
team's first fights. 38% of their first kills come from Kesnet. Ridiculous.
Deep
Now,
cascade.
Kesnet also has the most first deaths in Americas.
He's
but
very all in.
We won't talk about that.
Who do I think is the best jet? I don't know, man. It's too hard. It's too hard to
in the first
say.
10 seconds of the round.
Yeah, I mean, I
Delki
like
gets
to
set
play
up
Jet
well.
as
Aspas
It's
is
the most
unreal.
fun way to play.
Leaf looks
I
incredible.
think he thinks so.
There's too many to mention.
2 players grouped up here. You can see Jake and Zeppa. Now, worth noting, despite the fact that Cloud9 did lose that and they're knocked down to the Thrifty, said it before many times, but they are one of the best teams at converting when
Delay retake. Wait, KRU actually have.
comes through. KRU
Usually
need to be
with
aware
the
of
stingers,
this.
though, isn't it?
Yeah, usually with the stingers, but maybe they can get a bit more done potentially. There is that one kill, but eventually as the Fiber Orb does go down, Jake's position revealed.
Wait, they've actually been.
So control of
They've been
A-main
working.
again, slowed down to a bit of a crawl, but as the Viper Wall goes down, that's going to be on cooldown, and it gives that opportunity now for KRU to start to move up.
That was nice. It was a nice late A main take. Molly, yeah.
In a bit of trouble.
Yeah,
Calls for the Viper Wall to come up and makes a play.
Wait, Celsius gets that. Oh no, he gets a
And
gun.
these are the kind of plays that allow Cloud9
And then
to
they
win
get
these
the
with
other
some
gun.
level of regularity. That is going to force the lockdown out of Davies too. 3 Vandals against a Spectre, a Sheriff, and a Bulldog.
Davies getting this one as well. Round 3 is absurd. I didn't even realize.
We'll be doing
Despite
BBL
that
for.
bit of extra
We'll be going there at one
time,
point.
Leaf, well, he tries to get out of
It's
there.
just like ad
Trying to
breaks
be
and
covered
stuff
as
at the
well.
moment.
That was Zelsis holding the angle so that Leaf couldn't be punished. But a cleanup left up to Rooney. He's a demon with the Sheriff, but this might be a little bit too much for him to take on. Indeed, it is. So
Let me put it as
early on in
the
this
title,
map.
just so people know.
Showcasing as well that anything can happen in the Americas, despite the on-paper expectations. Cloud9 looking like the best team in the Americas. KRU currently winless and hunting for that first one.
And KRU have had a lot of close games. They've had tons of these matches go to 3. They've had their chances at upsetting even the teams right at the top. The game against Loud was close, but they are still winless. You know, they've managed to get it close a lot, but in terms of getting it across the line, this team has just consistently failed to do so. And they would love a win here. It wouldn't do anything for their playoff hopes. They do a lot for their mental, though, I think. You don't want to join DFM in the winless club at the end of the season.
Just have that last bit of shred of
Where
pride.
should I put it there?
Gave it your all in the split. He came out with at least a result. 1 win still. Off angle by Nags, that's cleared.
The read on the game is just superb from Leaf.
Yeah.
It looks like he's just walking into Nags there, but
I've got your
the pre-aim is perfect. Here come the Seekers.
Trying to pop through. There's a flash that does connect there, and again you can see Cascade ripping forwards, buying a bit of that space as well, pushing back anyone who might be looking to defend this one.
Everyone on C9's here, though, ready to flood.
Yeah, they've already rotated. The plan's going to start to go down. This is a
What
big
the hell?
opportunity because it means they can take fights when they should be favored.
Mate, how is Davies got 3 kills there?
All
tell me we get that replay. That's outrageous that he's done that.
To the 1-on-1 Jake versus Klaus. The tap of the spike. Klaus left guessing.
He won them the sheriff round
opponent.
as well.
Another tap.
And Jake just cold, isn't it? Ice cold. letting it out now, playing the time. Plant stuck though, gets it into that post plant position situation, comes down to it, doesn't it? First shot landing for Klaus. And then
It's a nice, it's a nice shot.
That area. That's just reactions.
Well played to close things out there, but it's Davies that I'm looking at. He used a lockdown just recently, and he's almost got his second lockdown online by the time round 5 comes.
Show me this 3-piece that he gets.
Yeah, what is this? This third kill seemed fast.
Oh my.
Oh my.
So
That's
clean.
nice.
The crosshair placement is beautiful onto the
Damn,
third
strong
kill as
replay
well.
in
The
Americas.
player that's
Love
up on the
that.
high ground.
Yep.
And the slightly wider swing the first time just throws off the aim of the Cloud9 player.
Lovely movement.
This is an attack timeout coming very early on for Cloud9.
Chatting some mute up. I'll
And
be
of
right back.
course,
Bit.
Leaf was saying it in an
I'll be
interview
like 2
piece that
minutes.
we saw from him earlier. If they lose this, they've still got top 2 locked up. And top 2 is the most important seeding that you can get in the Americas League because you win one match and you through to Tokyo in the playoffs, right? So they're still feeling comfortable even if they lose this game, but at the same time, they are expected to be wiping the floor here with KRU, to be honest with you.
It's expected to be dominant. I mean, the desk was touching on the fact as well that, you know, in scenarios like this, when it doesn't seem like there is much to play for, even though in this circumstance, listen, if they win this, puts them in a better position to get that #1 seed in the playoffs,
Yeah.
which is a big deal. You still don't want to be dropping momentum. You can't really, you know, take your foot off the gas in the final game here of the split.
You know, some teams have that approach where they like to take their foot off the gas because they don't reveal as much for the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen that kind of approach, I think, from DRX and Loud as we head towards the end of the season. But MCE as a coach has never been like that.
No.
He's always been wanting the best from his team and always been wanting them to keep that momentum going. So you're right, yeah, I would be very surprised if this team took their foot off the pedal. At the moment, it just feels like very good individual play from KRU in these moments, especially from Davies.
Yeah, they're on fire. And Davies, God, 2 away from the lockdown. Still, got to be cautious. And Cloud9, look at this read from them. I mean, it's just been contact plays, but Cloud9 opting into a stack onto the A side.
Here.
Stingers, Sheriffs, Celtics with the lockdown. Lots of potential for this to go wrong for KRU if they choose to commit. And it looks like they are just doing that. Wasn't really a poke and prod for the information. And Kesner will fall. First one in. First one to fall. The pivot. Breaking the door now. Gotta be careful of this one. They don't know that B's cleared. It's gonna be that util. Turret at least to spot that contact. Trailblazer clearing through most of this one, but they should be able to get this plant down.
But look how quickly Zelsis and Jake rotated all the way through spawn. And they put down the lockdown instantly.
Yeah.
Just stopping them.
And which direction do you go now? On a swivel, 34 seconds left. All the time just being broken down here, and they know that they're being corralled into the seaside. It's just Cloud9 hot on the trail, hunting them out, sniffing them out, flash through. Find a bit of space into the back of the site. There's a return on the fire. Davies still lands it, and there's a lockdown. Another one in play, why not? Zebedo still moving forward to the help of his team. Damage being done. David spraying it through. It's up to Nags, and the lockdown's not broken. The lockdown's not broken. It's just about time. Few seconds left. 6 on the board. Spike not retrievable. He needs to kill to win it. Nags it knows it. He's hunting. He's running. But Rooney makes the percentage play.
And that's such a classic Cloud9 Thrifty round coming through. The 2 with Sheriffs, the 3 with Stingers, and everywhere the KRU went, Cloud9 knew what was happening. The Cloud9 players are like sheepdogs. They are out there herding KRU around the map, and they're one step ahead at all times. The lockdown to funnel, the stack on A funnels them into B. The lockdown funnels them into C. And you've got players on site before KRU are even there. The read is excellent, the play from Zephyr too. And frankly, Davies still did an amazing job at keeping that one close. By finding that initial kill, I think he got 2 in the round, and putting a lockdown in, he made it winnable for his squad. Just not quite enough.
I think even more credit as well to Cloud9. They've said in interviews in the past, you know, what makes them so good at the Thrifty rounds, what makes them so good at the ecos, and it's because they treat them with as much seriousness as a lot of the rounds where they're buying guns. You know, they're really going into it not expecting it to be a throwaway round. You could kind of see that in the way that they were setting up there as well. It's a small thing, but Zelsis had his setup with the turret and then the nanoswarm in a common plan position to buy even more time.
Yep.
And that's that foresight where they're thinking, okay, we'll go for the A stack it with bodies, push them back. But if they go into B, we have time to delay them. They're ready for it. They're thinking ahead like that.
Yeah. It's a very smart team, and I think another part that sometimes gets glossed over is how coordinated this squad is in terms of their trading. And when you're all running with the Stingers, that trading actually becomes even more important and in sync. Because they descend upon the crew players like a swarm. Still though, crew in the lead. And Cloud9 have only won rounds off the pistol and the thrifty. So gun rounds yet to be finding any value for this Cloud9 squad. Triple push up here over towards Mound as they take some control of this part of the map early on. They're fine to allow crew into A because that's where Zelsis is holding.
With their setup.
Having said that though, Brent, the crew players are close to a lot of big ultimates. Is this punishable?
I mean, a stun connects, but
Nearly.
can't quite get onto the angle. It's just too much distance.
So one away from major ultimates, and that was Melter. So he was one away from his reckoning. They went and farmed the A orb. They've got that online, and that could be very helpful for them. Either to get into the A site and ensure they get a plant down, or to play the post plant. However, we saw this a lot in the crew game against Sentinels. They make a ton of noise on one area of the map, and then they don't go anywhere. And crew are just kind of slow and indecisive at this point.
Yeah, and it's Cloud9 who are the complete opposite. Look at this, a decision to push through into mid. Davies watches.
Oh, good. Began, don't you worry.
And a swarm to try and prevent the punish, but it's a wide swing. Jake does return that fire, pushing forwards. Kesnet landing it, the reckoning to try and clear through onto that B side a little bit prior, but 30 seconds left. Spike needs to be planted.
And this was a decent bait out of crew. Although
yeah, why the crew look like a little bit more confident and together?
When you're jumping up onto Heaven Cove, blocking that side.
I know it's early, and I know I've only seen what 3 rounds.
Timing coming all the way around. Kesnet, he sniffed a portion of it out, and he lands the shot. Great movement, dash. Now online. Chooses to enable it now, but he's low. Has to go for the heal here. Still, both players are going to be noted at least. There's a spray down. One for the one. Kesnet.
Whoa, timing on it.
And he wins it out for crew.
That's where you see the trademark Kesnet aggression coming through perfectly. He goes for the swing there way before most players would. And he's trying to time it with Zelsis getting that first fake tap on the spike. Just works perfectly. The timing exactly there. I'll tell you what, Cloud9 are giving away a lot of potential picks of these peeks through. So the first one from Leaf, and then also from Zeppa there, going through the smoke before Rooney did. Just looking slightly less coordinated today than we've seen from them previously. And it's offering these openings where the crew players are capitalizing on it. Here's a big clash potentially to start the round over at B. They've spotted Leaf.
Oh.
Diligence. No, not enough.
No way, okay.
He takes the peak.
I was going to say, that's outrageous.
Fiber loses. And it is those Frenzy, Sheriffs, Classics, whatever. The pistols being used by Cloud9. Crew, as long as they slow this down and play with a bit of discipline, should be able to contain. Big ults online as well that they can start to work towards.
Do they respect them? I think they respect
Probably not going to be
all
necessary
teams
to
though.
win this round, though.
Maybe. I don't know. It just looks like on crew everything just seems more.
Slow crew tend to play a lot of these beginnings of the rounds.
I don't know. They just seem more of a unit, even though we've only seen a little bit of it.
I end up biting them. We'll find out though. Seekers will be used. Push them back through the side. How is Zelsis getting that with a classic?
Oh, I say as I see this round.
I mean, just really bogged down, trying to wait their way in. Cloud9 have already been given all the information to stack in. There's the Cove. Safe plant available for them. No util pushing round. That's vulnerable up. Melzer. He'll fall. Viper's Pit now has to be committed. And this
It's a strong pit.
Right now,
got no mollies to play off it though.
It is really quite dangerous. Where's the post-plant positioning? Davies has got to do the most from this angle because he is one of that final line of defense. But wow! Ranger's control of the rifle. Rooney with 2.
What?
He got a collat with the sheriff.
And now an opening, a window, an opportunity. Turret spotting that contact. Rooney trying to bait it low enough. And Rooney wins it.
What the hell was this kill from him? What the hell was this collat kill?
I feel for Davies.
There's no way.
I really do. That's the second thrifty clutch that we've seen.
What's EMEA? What's going on there?
The pistol round and 2 thrifties at this point.
What time are they?
Silly.
When they're on map
It's
select, we'll just
silly.
switch.
And the fact that Rooney gets it with somehow a collat, I believe inside the Viper's pit, with a sheriff, he just lines 2 heads up. No idea how.
It's still broadcast. Okay.
Bizarre.
That's the kind of miraculous nonsense that we sometimes see from them.
I mean, for KRU, that is just ridiculous.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, it's like light work.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where you don't even realize that you killed the guy behind.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. But that is a heartbreaker for KRU because heavy investment with the ultimates. It was their buy round against another Thrifty, and they dropped the ball.
And now they themselves push down to a Thrifty here, KRU. The positive side of it, the silver lining, is that Davies has his 3rd lockdown by round 8.
Yeah, that's... I mean, you just don't see that.
No.
If he ends up using it, I mean, by this point, round 8, we're going to be seeing, what, 4 lockdowns being used?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
At this point in the game?
They're not even farming the orbs onto him, as far as I've seen.
He's just been collecting the kills.
Yeah, maybe I've missed that. Maybe he's been going for the B1 frequently or something, but...
Luco, what's up, dude? Thank you very much, mate, with the Prime. Appreciate you. 5 months in the Slug Club, thanks for doing that. Bringing us up to 2,286. That's crazy, man. Thank you, dude.
It is interesting when KRU cut noise like this.
The FUT watch party has 4.5 people too. So wait, both of their watch parties combined have 7,500 people.
It's there to immediately replenish. It's a rifle that's not retrievable up into heaven. Still needs to watch this one. High tide, safe plant.
What the hell?
Okay. In play,
for a watch party, to watch it on like a screen with... That's insane. That's cool.
Inevitable at this point. That prowess on display. Flash at the tail end of it as well, just delays just that.
I mean, that's a bigger crowd than we've ever had, right? What was Brazil? Was Brazil 10,000 or not?
Why not? Assistance from his team brings them all down.
Was it even close to that?
Back-to-back Thrifties, Josh. This is just bonkers.
Yeah.
This is just bonkers.
And now you've got Cloud9 on the Thrifty as well.
Think?
And we've seen what they've done in the past.
8 rounds, 4 ecos. Jeez, is that actually what this has been? Wait, when I left, was that an eco as well? It must have been.
Ridiculous game on Lotus so far, but it favors KRU. The back and forth, and the fact that it's
knives, the Jet knives recently. I don't know if it's like, I swear, Jet knives in Pacific are outrageous. Like they always win the round with it. Feels like it's still continuing the trend here.
In 8 rounds.
Close.
Oh man, I thought there was gonna be a double. I thought we were gonna keep on going with it.
But it is very good. Regimented with the peak, taking out 2 of the players and.
Today's games are weird, mate. They really are. They really have been. That Liquid game was wild.
This is really quite nicely contained.
It definitely is.
BBL FUT predictions? Yeah, as soon as we get the maps, mate, we'll be on it, don't you worry.
Team's got his back, don't they? Look at that firing line. Waiting in spawn.
Unless you're asking for my personal prediction, which I guess is FUT. But is it FUT? Maybe I want to see it. Honestly, maybe I want to see the maps before I choose.
Definitely ready for this kind of stuff, though. Obviously, Nax gets caught out by the pop flash play, but the fact that all 3 of those B players drop back, waiting for Cloud9 to push, rather than taking those 2 kills and immediately going to plant on B, shows that KRU are really trying to slow the pace down and find these avenues, the openings.
The Ascent will be good. Do you think FUT will leave it? That is the that is the widest pop-in swing I've ever seen. You meant to stop and he just didn't.
Very good awareness.
They're up to 6. This is already a really good half. Normally, Cloud9's ability to play with the neon and rotate and be preemptive against everything based on
they tell me they're going to show it again. I thought we were in for it.
And here, that slightly slower style from KRU is almost baiting out the rotates, but frankly, I mean, look at MC's face. Listen, if this was earlier on in the season, you would not be seeing that reaction.
No.
So I think that tells you a little bit about the attitudes coming into the game. Again, remember, for all the stuff that we hyped up, like Cloud9 can potentially take the #1 seed, they would also need Leviathan to beat Loud.
Yeah.
And that has not looked likely recently.
Double face, double fight, taken towards it. Zephyr swings to just return it. So it's a 4 versus 4.
Toxins going up.
Early skirmish. In either way. KRU this time looking for a bit of exploration towards C as well. Only Rooney left to Watch this one, and it's again, KRU just contacts him. This time though, Reckoning doesn't clear this corner. Smoke in the face. There it is, landing a shot, snakebite as well. That rebounded, he kicked it! It didn't even vulnerable in a Still, eventually applies it, but Melzer, he returns.
Look at Nags. Look at where he is in spawn currently.
Yeah, if he can get out here.
I mean, are you going to anticipate
Oh my god, that's going to help him get out.
But also, Melzer can't get the spike down at this point because he's got nobody to help him and a lockdown in his face. Thankfully, because Nags is feeding him all of this information about the positioning of the defenders, he can just full rotate to A, and now Nags left to contain.
Not a chance they expect this.
Does this get cleared? No one's watching it. Jake's looking behind, expecting it.
Great look.
Through mid. Great look. Time is taken. KRU leading.
Now, here's a bonkers stat for you, Bren. Leaf now has 4 first deaths. He's 2-10 on the Neon currently. That is just so different from what we've seen. And with that 4th first death, KRU now holds the record for the team that's killed Leaf's Neon first the most on Lotus. Every other team that's played against Cloud9 on Lotus, they can't stop this guy. Leaf is taking first engagements and rolling them over. He was 5-1 against MIBR, 8-3 against Leviathan. Right now he's got his 4th first death. I mean, it's been a very, very different game from Cloud9 here on Lotus.
A rare drop in performance for him so far.
And yeah, it doesn't really matter for their season if he does poorly here, but you don't want him slowing down going into playoffs when he looks like the best player in Americas.
Again, it looks like KRU have a great read on how Cloud9 want to be playing when they've got the Stingers in their hands. They're so proactive with how they want to fight over a significant area of the map as well, and they are just chasing them
confident.
Down. They absorb the aggression, they take a better fight, and they hunt them down when the retreat is active.
Mate, KRU are racking up an outrageous number of rounds there.
From Cloud9 very, very well. And they're also baiting the rotates out quite nicely too. This is definitely going to be one where, you know, if KRU are able to get the victory here on Lotus and close things out with the way that they're playing, it looks like they could. People are going to be scratching their heads a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Cloud9 looked like the best team in Americas on this map. And maybe they will be when it comes to playoffs too. Hard to tell with games like this.
Double face, nice movement from Zephyr, but not anticipating Melzer swinging from that particular direction. So 8-3, one more round in this half. KRU is
yeah, when we get to half, we'll switch back and see what's going on with the EMEA stuff.
Because when you're able to win these first engagements so often, it unleashes Kesnet. Normally, Kesnet feels like he has to carry in the first opening moments. He throws himself into difficult situations to try and put his team into a 5v4. And he actually only wins them about 45% of the time. He's not great in the first fights, even though he takes them all the time. But when you play slow like this, and then he can use the mid-round, he and Davies are farming.
Davies has gone off. Watching for the C push here, but there's going to be this brawl occurring towards Ruins in the smokes. This way, that way! No way!
Wait, he got both? Oh, that's the way, I'm not gonna lie.
Pure luck, flip of a coin. And it's a huge advantage.
He goes in there and dominates the smoke very early on. And look, KRU don't use those 2 picks to try and explode into a different area of the map. They know that there was
was that Rooney's one? Oh, okay.
Sure to clear out Jake
we'll
first.
get a replay, I imagine.
Jake
Maybe it's in half.
to do in this position, but you know, when this first fight gets taken, there's going to be 2 more players behind.
Damn, look at them though.
Trailblazer.
Like everything's perfect.
Snakebite though, drop down.
Yeah, we're doing EMEA after. We still got BBR. We're going there after this.
Here. Rooney commits that one, but look at his positioning. I mean, he's given up already because he knows that they're trying to take the B side. This pit will be falling, and 40 seconds still left in this high tide. Blocking. Vision, Cove. Still holding the smokes though. Ensuring that nobody pushes through it. Get themselves into that post flag. At this point, KRU.
Damn, what a strong half from them.
Zelsis would have to pull off a miracle, not happening in the slightest. Domination from KRU.
What a strong
the first half here, setting themselves up.
Place on stage right now, so we should be all good in around 15 minutes. We're going to take a quick break.
15 minutes, okay, we're replacing the PC or something. That's perfect. Might be able to finish this game.
Sending it into smokes,
look at that, that kind of worked out well. Felt like we just tuned in and they perfectly gave us an update.
Where they got their wrists smacked every time they went for something.
Yeah, really, KRU just doing an amazing job of punishing all of that. But first half is going to be wrapped up here for Lotus. I mean, MCE is laughing earlier, feeling the frustrations now. But we've got Valen down at the telestrator as well to break down. That he ended up picking up in that half, really off the back of, you know, the pistol and the thrifty wins. It was those gun rounds, as he mentioned, that really need to get picked up here. But we're heading into the second half.
What place does guard get in Americas? They should get it, like, they should get Ascension with M80, right? They should make it into Ascension, but at the same time, MXM, I don't know, I haven't watched too much, I'm only looking at some of the results. MXM somehow look insane. And then I still think G2 will step it up in playoffs. I don't know how Oxygen's been with the new kid, so there's a lot of questions that I have. I'm probably not the right person to ask. I haven't watched the whole split. I watched the first split. I haven't seen any of the split.
Really high value off of that one, and they know that it's going to be cleared out most likely. So site can be taken by Cloud9 now.
I'm gonna try watch some playoffs. I'm not doing all the playoffs. I'll do like whatever ones I'm around for. But I'll try catch some of them.
Whereas usually those 4-1 pistol rounds are going to be
definitely the G2 Oxygen game. That sounds like it's going to be fun.
Yeah. Chunk down into the post plant.
They're going for waterfall aggression.
Really proactive. They want to fight this. Cove though to try and get the entry into the site. That's KRU just layering that one down. How do they want to push through this one? High Tide, interesting. Splits up the site into two areas. Jake, he's going to hold this one down. He's going to
nice shot.
Pushed and pressured. Two remains.
Okay.
Last one.
Looks like we might have a close one.
Finalize it. So
G2 bad performance. Are they not just doing like a? Are they not just doing like a Navi or something, where they're just obviously saving strats for playoffs?
Yeah.
Because they no matter what, they were into playoffs anyway.
I don't want to see it.
So are they just saving stuff?
Davies and Kes
doesn't look like it.
They've had such a trouble.
Imi said he wishes they were. Yeah, but as a coach, you would say that. You're not gonna You're not just gonna deny it.
Because of the quality of Cloud9, right? If this was
0-5, but it doesn't matter, right? They're already in playoffs. I know it looks. I don't know. Maybe I'm too optimistic.
So far, they have.
Maybe I always think there's a plan going when sometimes there's not a plan.
And as Cloud9 takes a mount control, there are 3 players here waiting to collect.
Into the back of the site. Heavy amount of bullets there with a right click. Leaf drop down. Davies is there. Shorty up close through the choke point. Flash.
I don't know, honestly, this could have gone really bad. 29 HP, 60.
Looked like a rifle. Never seen somebody get so many
Didn't Emi just say they're playing bad? Yeah, but like you would.
Isn't it going to do his best now to see if he
Like
can
if I was saving, if I'm actually saving stuff and I'm not playing my normal comps or whatever, I'm not exactly gonna go in like Emi's chat and go, oh yeah, just you wait and stuff like that. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, we're playing awful. I don't know what's going on.
He's getting abused in these entry positions. He's 3 and 14 currently. This is gonna knock his stats down significantly.
Emi said, and I quote, "We don't need to win for playoffs, but I might for my job."
Even on the entry here, Davies' classic right click, just all of the bullets were magnetized towards Leaf's body and he ended up falling down. And now we see a rifle round. Cloud9 have not won any of these. They won 2 pistols, an anti, going 2 thrifties.
You would lie? Mate, yeah, of course. If it helps you win and it gives you an advantage, for sure.
Keeping that economy in check, fighting it.
That's what you're gonna do.
Skirmish towards ruins.
I'm not gonna give away everything.
Bullets, yeah, as the Viper wall is gonna be giving a bit of a pause and a break. However, door opens.
Mate, I'd be out there in interviews just being like,
forward,
yeah, we're awful.
Like, come on, push me.
Not saving anything.
He's feeling confident. Smoke to split it up though. Dogs gonna be meeting each other's gaze and walking right past each other. Now the Seekers, this is a play. See if they can try and fake that they are trying to hit into that A site. The rest of the team grouped up now, moving forwards through onto the B site. That's Cloud9 taking that space. Heaven control is going to be theirs. The plan's going to go down without anything to really push this one back. KRU are giving them a ton of respect.
Yeah, perhaps a little too much. Cloud9 are going to be very proactive. And instead of fighting through spawn,
Well, 3-person stack to it. Okay, that's too strong. That's way too strong. You can't win this retake.
Would be imperative in this spot, and he doesn't have either.
Yeah, they just used the flash to clear through into ruins. Grouped up and sprayed down. Zephyr as well, holding down. Can hear the movement, can hear the evacuation attempt by Nags as he looks to hold on to the gun, but he will not get it.
There, gotta go.
No one keeping that one. Leaf has really just been the sacrificial lamb.
Oh my goodness.
This entire damn map. He'll fall. Davies is being set up.
Jesus. Nearly got them all.
Stats padding it, but round win for Cloud9, leading. And the money broken for KRU, so drop down to the weaker guns here. Yeah.
The peak, I mean, is so funny. It's like Celsius in the first half, where he's running the marathon to go for the wide peak.
It's so wide here.
But yeah, this recontest back through from KRU, it doesn't quite work. Wow, really, Jake? Both teams invested into that round, so it's going to knock KRU down onto a thrifty. They won a couple in the first half. If you remember, it wasn't just Cloud9. Both teams were going back and forth on it. Mostly off the back of big sheriff shots from Davies and Kesnet, neither of which have a sheriff in their hands at the moment, actually. But they're going for that mound push. Saw this from Cloud9 a couple of times.
Yeah, there's nothing to really meet it other than the turret. No bodies to catch this push. Turret at Cloud9 now grouped up towards ruins. So they raid the turret, anticipating that there could be somebody behind it, that they might swing off of it, but no, giving up that space, opting fully now into the site. Leaf's already taken the back of it. And he might be meeting as well the presence met. Sheriff singing there for Melza. Good kill to collect. Spike has to be planted, but a player disadvantage. Evened out now. Really being pushed onto the flank. Rooney will do his best here. Got the backup with the rest of his team as well. Watching a lot of those angles. Davies. This is a man unleashed. I mean, a performance from him we haven't seen in quite some time. Melza landing in as well. Now to play a disadvantage, swings to the other side of things. Cloud9, a proactive play indeed as they're trying to push up through into heaven.
Both spotted.
Another of them, and yet information granted. A tap onto the spike, Kesnet could have potentially got half, but he chooses to take the fight anyway. Leaves it to Davies, wallbang, spam,
4 bullets.
Headshot.
30 now.
No stun connecting, 50 health though, and a single bullet that might just be enough. Half onto the fuse, doesn't know where he is. Lands it anyway.
God, he's unbelievable right now. 25 to 10, but like, what the hell?
This kind of game from Davies as he secures a Red Bull clutch and goes up to who knows how many kills in the match. This kind of performance from Davies is the kind where it gets to the end of the season and they're thinking about a team reboot and he's locked his spot into the roster.
25 and 10.
Seriously, this is like a breakthrough performance. Unbelievable kind of stuff.
He is locked in.
And he's looked good when they've run him before. Obviously,
Damn.
He's been a pretty core part of this team in terms of, you know, how he's been able to reinforce the squad that's previously just been Kesnet basically fragging. He's had some great moments earlier on in the season, but
Yeah, and if they
Definitely
win,
his crew
if
are
they win
struggling
this
down here,
round,
looking down the
they
barrel,
have no
going
money.
winless. Having performances like this is going to help your confidence heading into LCQ, and any thoughts about retooling in the off-season. Going to put your name at the forefront.
Shining light.
Timing on
Looking
that's
forward into the future, but
crazy.
The double re-swing there from Cloud9 as they re-clear out this B area. There's 4 people here.
focusing on the here and now. Making sure that they clear out that space. Lockdown is close. It's going to be swarming over towards the B site. Not too much to be used to try and clear this one. That's Kesnet making the most of it. Dash was active as well, so he was able to just play that lockdown.
Oh my goodness.
A little bit extra time paying off with that first kill. Spike, though, still going to get planted.
Like
so
a jump
post-plant
scare.
out for Cloud9. And it's a fight on multiple fronts here. You can see that there's that flank attempt. Rooney as the door's rotating around, just trying to take the fight towards the main area. Another lockdown in play.
Jesus.
Oh
They,
my
where's
goodness.
this crew been?
All that proactivity by Cloud9. They'd love to just refight for some of that space. And it just bit them in the back. You can see fighting close, forwards, trying to fight it all together.
They fully forced them down. There is just no money
no
here
opportunity for Cloud9 to fight it.
on all of them.
These players, where we've seen rough performances from them earlier in the season too, like Klaus, for example, suddenly look like demons. I don't know.
Timeout. Alright, chat. I'm just going to quickly check in.
Maybe the realization.
3 minutes still. Okay, we got time. We got time for the whole game.
Or the momentum of the fact that they're ahead against one of the top 2 teams in Americas. But
Yeah.
whatever it is, these players are fired up today. They've come to play.
Timeout.
They should play right now.
Forced out of Cloud9, second one.
You know, it's so interesting, actually. MCE is going to have an opportunity to talk to his team. There he is on the left. He actually tweeted out some helpful cope for the crew fans this week
He did,
in the
yeah.
run-up to their game.
Sean was talking about it as well
Right.
earlier.
Yeah, talking about how close crew have gotten many, many times. They've had 12 maps so far where they've had over 10 rounds.
Yeah, it's 12 maps that they
opponents
played
have.
close.
Yeah.
They've won 2 of them, lost 10.
Yeah.
And you think about how many they could have converted, but they've been playing teams close.
And now they've got 11
Would I
rounds here in
prefer
the first map too, and looking
BBL
like they should be able
in
to
the
close it
playoffs
out.
or Vitality?
Crew
I don't
definitely
have
been
too much
able to
preference in terms of
take even the top
teams.
teams close
But
throughout the whole of the
honestly,
season.
with how
Just never been
poorly
able to get it over the
Vitality
line.
played, with how good I think they can be, I
Here's
probably
another
would
Cloud9
prefer
350.
BBL.
What
Like,
do
I'm
we
not sure
think?
Vitality
Well, I've
deserve
only
it.
seen 2 stingers, so that's
to
like
be
what, the
honest.
equivalent of 2 rifles.
BBL at least
I'm
looked a
seeing
little bit
Celsius has
better.
a frenzy, that's the equivalent of everyone else's stinger.
Yeah, and then 2 sheriffs, which I
Those
think...
are like ops.
Those are like ops usually in the hands of Rooney and Jake, so it's a full buy technically.
Right,
It's a
right.
full buy for Cloud9. Smokes used, propped up, trying to push back.
No,
Force the
is
utility out of
this
Cloud9 so they can't just take that A main for free, but drop the smoke here. That's a very, very narrow angle. Kesnet doesn't land the shot. All that space taken. Paranoia pushing him all the way through. Klaus might have to be the difference maker. And he does indeed find his kill. It's Leaf unleashing it now. Ultimate in his hands. But Davies is still there responding.
It's crazy.
The spike is in the hands of Rooney. They have control of some portion of the site, but they are surrounded.
He's
Now the
yeah.
match's gonna be fading,
I
and
was
Lotus
thinking
disciplined
he's
by
hitting
Cruz,
some
sweating it out, knowing
absolute
that
shots, isn't he?
It's going to be fading any minute now, and just as I say that it does. Stinger in his hands. Leaf feels like he needs to take risks. Davey
What's it? Chat. Someone give me his headshot percentage after this game. He hasn't missed a headshot.
And make their way up to match point.
Feels like he hasn't missed a bullet when we've seen him.
They've only won 4 maps, all split.
That's 127%.
It felt like
He's
at
broken
some point
it.
during the season, crew were always going to bring teams to 3. That didn't
Let's
really
see it.
happen towards the end.
Let's see it fully because we switched to it
This
late.
would be a major one.
Yeah, okay.
Just for the main team.
Okay, so the bullets. Mate, he's a headshot machine. He actually is.
Just give you that hope as well. Now one step away from taking map 1 against Cloud9. At
6
times, this
chances to
team
take it.
have looked like
The
some of
money's
best
out
in
of control.
Americas. Now on that back foot, maybe you can argue, you know, some subconscious element heading into this series, thinking, well, we'll have a bit of a laugh if it doesn't really matter too much for the playoffs, but they're fired up. You can feel it in the player cams as well. Forward,
Okay.
a position taken by Leaf. He's able to capitalize.
It feels like one of the few times he's gotten a first kill.
3
Rare
people over
moment.
towards C.
Flash.
What a weird round. They don't have
space as well, so nobody can push through the rotating door. It's a game of timings, really. Op angle. Held so nobody can swing. Alarmbot spots it. Very far back positions being played by the Cloud9 players here. Zephyr looking to try and help out. Right behind the cascade. Smoke's dropped down. It is a gamble. It comes down to a bit of
I was going to say they expect Viper here. Okay, let's go.
Cleaned up, cleared out. Kesnet, last one left. Has to save with the operator.
And so that's the first chance for KRU to be able to secure a map that's fallen through their fingers, but many, many more still to go.
Yeah, lots of chances.
Oh, yeah.
They still have another 5 chances to put Cloud9 away.
Captain Cabrera, thank you so much, mate. 5 months.
I mean,
Thanks for saying thanks, dude.
It's been ludicrous.
Appreciate you. Thanks for using your Prime as well.
We were just talking a lot
Thanks for the support.
about how KRU, they haven't won that many maps, but they've kept a lot of them close. Cloud9 have been the opposite. They've been blowing teams out, and they've barely lost any maps. They've lost 3 maps this entire split.
Right, 6 down to 5.
And 2 to Loud.
Money still here for KRU, even the next round. 1 person can't buy next, we can probably get a drop here.
You know,
What happened to the BBL foot game? It's still some kind of tech delay, so it should hopefully be good timing.
Circumstances and expectations, Leaf.
You're not gonna.
This is a really heavy gambit.
Wow, how on earth has he got that kill?
With the flash, but his team, they do capitalize, they do back him
I
up.
have no idea how
Bit of
anyone
redemption
can get that
there,
kill
and
in that
gaining
situation. That's
control now
madness.
of that connector. These B hits have been working for them. It's a double face. 3, 2, 1. Here's the call.
Jesus,
Davies.
his aim
Must
is
reset
just
his aim to get
outrageous
it.
at the moment,
He's
though.
clean for it. Nax.
Nax in a
Left alone
1v3.
now, 1 versus 2. Close corner. You do
Oh,
not
that
anticipate
smoke's too
this
good.
as the orb falls.
That smoke play was
Clear
too
line of
good.
sight angles, Elsis.
what a cool play.
6 chances down to 4. Are they gonna do a timeout soon, maybe?
Don't really expect that.
No, that's a really nice idea. It works if they go for the tap, and it works where you can just drop it and kind of swoop peek out through Rooney's orb. So Leaf's gotten the first kill in the last 2 rounds, which wasn't happening at all earlier on. And they've started winning gun rounds. It feels like they waited for KRU to get to 12 before they turned
Stepped
on
up.
mentally.
Yeah.
Surely that's going to be too late, though. I mean, KRU had 6 chances.
Chat,
to close this out,
they
and
have
still got
another timeout,
fill.
right?
Surely KRU get across the line.
Can't let this one slip.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they're kind of
Grand chance to take a map against Cloud9.
behind on
Not many teams
ults.
have done that.
Wow, Zep has used his Seekers here and opened the door to make it feel like it could be coming towards B. Then a lockdown invested, Leaf
Lockdown,
towards
Leaf.
the back.
Killjoy ult, but they
Side again, there's
insta
no
hit.
util to support him there. He is just alone.
Not even his own stun.
Peeking it dry and he will fall. Lockdown though, that has to clear the way. Gotta respect this one. Backed away for KRU, 1 player detained. I believe that's Davies. Skipping and hopping away out of there. It's
This
gonna be a
ult's too
trailblazer
good.
instantly, but with the Viper's pit dropped down,
You can't win with
retake
this Viper ult.
gets that
Like,
much more
literally look at this
difficult
Viper ult.
control.
You stick here, all of this is going to
Asserted.
tank damage, it covers the
Cloud9
spike,
not wasting any
you
time.
can't lose.
Jake really pushing forward to ensure that nobody can
Honestly,
push
pushing through this, you
one.
can lose.
It's really
If they're
ballsy.
doing that kind of
And it
stuff,
does
then
not
maybe I
work
take
out,
it all
does not
back.
pay out. Zephyr still containing. It's being that next layer to it. 2 kills found. It's a 2-on-2 though.
Oh, the Nana Swarm.
Yep, and the pit's still up. The Nana Swarms are active. I feel like this is just winnable, even with the kills that they gave away. Rooney falls, and so does the pit. But yeah, time ticking. Spike dropping. Zelsis.
Okay. 6 chances and half to 3.
And so,
Surely a
enough
pause.
opportunities for KRU to close this one out.
It's going down.
It drops by 1, Josh.
And it's now halved. They had 6 chances to put Cloud9 away, now only 3.
Wait, who do you think he
Silver
is?
lining, Cloud9 used a lot of ultimates there.
1 enemy remaining.
1 up, thank you so
But
much.
Unfortunately, KRU are now dropped down onto a Thrifty, and that's going to allow more time for Cloud9 to generate.
It's a fair
the
trade-off for
second back
Melons,
up.
though, I'm not going to lie. We'll take it.
The one player on KRU that might not
1 up,
mind this too much is
FPS,
Davies.
thank you
He's
so much,
heading
mate.
towards
7
our kill
months
record.
with the Prime.
Americas.
Hello to you too, mate. Thank you so much for that. Well, that's a fast start.
Not for this round.
You've cursed it.
Not for this round.
Absolutely cursed it. Injection of pace. Spike dropped down. Someone else can plan it. Not my job, says Rooney.
Big flank happening here.
Gained all
You
the
can't draw
ground, and
circles. I
Spike
don't
is
know.
gonna
I've
be
seen him
really
draw
important.
circles. He can do that too.
Moving forwards as
We
an
might be
alarm
getting
bot to meet it.
replaced.
It's up to
Dark
Zelsis
Mouse,
to activate
thank
it.
you so much
So
as well.
now
Dark
knows
Mouse
that they're gonna be
34
pushing this one, but he
with
is
the
alone.
Prime.
He needs help from his team. There's a snake bite.
5 months in the slow club. Thank you, thank you. 1 HP. Do you get another?
Healing in this moment, at this time, okay. And
Thank you, Duck Mouse, mate.
reaches back into it. Got the knives online. Dropping it. Rifle picked up.
The other rifle's down in tree, though.
Yeah,
And this is
there we go. They
upgrades
got the good
abound.
guns for it.
Door now rotating. Starts to really turn up there.
Oh, boss man angle. Oh, he missed the dash.
He whiffed it into the wall. Cove in their face. Spraying down. Not enough to
Holy.
do for Melter.
They're so close these rounds. Not like this. 6 down to 2.
2 chances.
Chat, who's on top of the EMEA? We still got time?
Are we seeing this?
From 6 down to 2.
We got a
And a
timeout?
timeout.
We'll check it anyway.
Tactical taken by
Don't worry,
KRU.
chat. We're coming back.
It really does feel like
Yeah, I told you that. We put our brains
Okay, still at the desk.
Say.
We're fine.
but the coordination, the entrying.
I'm winning the gun rounds, really.
I mean, look at this. This is like night and day compared to how Leaf was playing at the beginning. And yet, winning those gun rounds is the result of all of that. And this is going to get chalked down as another one of those close maps, right? We were talking about the fact that close maps where both teams are in double-digit round score, this should never have gotten to this.
Surely they won't make
Have
BBL
such
play
a
at 1 a.m.
problem
again.
closing out.
It's not too bad. Wait, it's
They're
10.
2 and 12.
Honestly, it might get
This'll
there.
be the 13th close map
10
that
for
they've
them.
played
Yeah.
throughout the split. It's got to be 3 and 12.
I mean, they've lost
3 out of
Josh, they've lost
13.
10 maps within 3 rounds. They have lost.
Yeah.
That's
So-
within when it gets into that 3-round territory, that gap. You know, we're approaching that at a rapid rate.
I mean, we're already there. We're already there.
This timeout feels a little late for me.
And
Like, they had
so,
6
yeah.
chances. I wanted to see it when there were like
Question
4
laid out
left
here
so
for
they could
KRU.
have a good plan into this.
And they
They've
battle
lost
against
half
the
of that now into 2.
Statistics that we've been
Third if we think of
gathering.
6th.
This team has not
2
looked
thirds,
good
I
at
guess.
closing out some of these maps. 2 chances now. Cloud9.
They have the tools to do it. There's only Seekers available for Cloud9. And Zepp has been very good at calling mid-rounds based off the information that they get on those. This looks like the round might be decided in the first 10 seconds at B.
It's a brawl. It's a brawl to be taken. Stacked up with the players. Trailblazer spots it out. What's going to occur? Flash deep round the side lead. He falls
Mate,
again.
if he dies here, the bait is incredible. Oh, they didn't go for the bait. Everyone's just dueling. The trade's outrageous. Zeppa wins the trades by 1.
Earning the paycheck with that one.
They win the brawl.
Yeah, I thought they were going to
Shady,
bait the box, to be honest with you.
But the trading ended up being there despite
Oi.
Kesnet
Don't you dare.
taking Leaf out at the beginning.
I'll refresh
Now
it.
Davies,
I'll refresh it now. I think.
so fantastic for KRU on this map. Has an opportunity to win a 1v2 and close things out. But my God, is it going to be hard.
Oh, he's got so much to do. He's miles away. It's going to take a good 10 seconds off the clock that he otherwise would have had to play. And Cloud9, they'd love to do this. There's a flash up towards heaven.
Has Rooney
clear out
got
towards
lineups for
stairs.
this, maybe?
And you know they're going to have that discipline. It's going to take magic. Alarm bot behind just in case he gets pushed. Time running out. He doesn't know where they are. And yeah.
Okay.
Crossing the angle. Wise.
6.
Has to do it.
No
Time is
way.
running
6
low.
chances
It's
down to the
collected,
1
and
last
it's now
chance.
come down to
Their
this
money's
job.
not great.
One
They got
round.
2,950.
One last chance.
3-3.
I can't believe KRU went for
Counting
him
him down.
Cloud9 went for this. When the Trailblazer died immediately, I thought they were just going to bail. I thought they were like, all right, well, KRU are stacked up here. We won't challenge it. No, they choose to fight that one fully. And it's
This would be devastating for them if that's how it goes.
And they're going for the same thing again.
All over the place. They want to try and fight it.
But this time they're gonna
Surely
bait
not.
it in, right? Oh Jesus!
The reckoning
They
of
put
the
the
ring
ult.
offloaded. You're not going to have that one for any sort of retake. And of course, the call gets made by Cloud9. They're like, guys, let's get out of here. We're getting ult for that. Small piece of util used, but it's the threat of it. Cloud9.
Oh man,
They're
they're melting.
It
It actually feels like they're melting. They get a good stack here though. Where's C9
Slow
going?
it down, take a bit of a breather here. A lot going to be hinging on this round.
C9 can't play it too slow because Davies
Zeppa
does have Killjoy.
literally used Seekers in the previous round, got a 3K, and now he's going to have them online again.
Yeah, farming up the orbs.
It's crazy how good this ult is on a 3-site map like Lotus.
Pushing forwards, lines them up. Clearing its way through. Seeker's going to be used in response to this as well by Klaus. One of them going towards C, so they got to know that it's in that direction.
Nax just used his last molly. There's 3 people here though.
Snakebite at their feet. They actually can't get into this one.
Oh my god, the Omen Flash hit them all, but somehow he hit one.
An angle found as Leaf, again, first one to fall. And the rest of the team, it's Crew grouped up. Surely this is it, the slam dunk finish. All the kills got away, no way! No way!
One enemy remaining.
They lined them up, they didn't know where they were. It's a classic play from Cloud9, a strength of them that rears its head. Playing off of each other, the trading is immaculate. Lockdown earn, round the side, it's up to Davies, he's been immaculate.
Oh,
But the
God.
doesn't win it against that. The double face, bringing it to
Oh, they
OT.
melted.
Switching
The
sides.
ult, that was like some of the worst ult usage I've seen on the last round.
To take this game into overtime.
6 chances fully done.
I'm telling you, Cloud9, they just looked so different once Crew got a round away from winning.
Jesus.
The manner in which this map has played out makes me more scared in Cloud9. They were out of it completely and then just decided to turn it on, and suddenly they won every round.
Is this going to be another tally in the stats? Another close map loss for Crew when you had so many chances. 6, I believe, is what they started with.
We were talking about Davies maybe hitting the kill record, which by the way is 33 from Aspas in an OT game. Well, Zeppa's up towards 28 now.
Equalized with him. Might be able to steal that record.
God, I can't believe they're going to lose this.
Looking set up for it. This is Cloud9. Pushed up deep towards A main here. Crew now also exploring. A couple of bullets sent flying towards B, but not actually breaking any of the Killjoy utility. They've taken a pivot towards C now as well with the rotating door. Nags is being pressured.
He saw everything.
Yeah. Saw 3 of the players. Is there a call to be made? No, I mean, Crew not willing, not looking to really push through that and take that space.
No, and that's a strange one too, because they just used High Tide and Cascade, which would have given them an entry capability into C, and they decided to back off and re-clear.
Jake's
It
not
was working
gonna-
well for them in regulation.
Jake's
They
not going to
just
get
played
baited
slowly
in by
and
this though,
re-clearing
right?
the map.
Is he going to make sounds?
So now Jake's going to be
Okay.
under pressure.
Stun, paranoia.
Hey, you got to TP out of here,
Jake
surely.
wants to drop off this.
Wow.
Only
Still
40
holds it.
Wow,
There's
I'm
only
impressed
40
that he held
seconds left
this.
here, and this is where things start to become a bit dangerous. During regulation, they were
Who
getting
had
these
the record?
picks.
Aspas,
They were re-clearing
apparently.
the area and
33.
killing Jake or killing
Dude, we
Blake
must have
here
seen
with the
more
other
kills than
player.
33. Are they just talking about
It's not the
Americas?
case now. 30
30
seconds.
seconds left.
Options are limited.
I guess it makes sense they're just talking about
When the
Americas.
time gets down to this point as well, I mean, you're trying to work your way through A. You have so many layers of the utility now. Try and get through.
going
The
to
call
be.
is made is going to be, but they didn't break any of that Killjoy setup before. It's still there, it's still active, it's still onto the side.
Oh.
Nags, movement to the side.
10 seconds.
Takes out Zeppa, 10 seconds.
Oh,
Now
no.
breaks it.
Okay, it's fine for the plant.
We'll get this
They
one down.
avoided
It's up
the
to
melon
Crew to cover
spam.
his back. Make sure they get into it, and they do indeed. Kills now flowing. Kill feed filling up with red. Rooney tapped dead. Following the traces.
2v5 into
Finds it.
2v4.
Stun being dodged as well on top of it. Zelda's around the side.
Holy.
Melza still there.
Okay,
Watched
nicely
by
done.
Teammate
All right,
with his
another
back
chance.
and so Crew.
Add this
Now
up.
the Vamos is from across the
Switching
stage.
sides.
Yeah.
Match
Well, they win
point.
another attack round, but they could just not get it done on defense. They won 3 rounds, 3 retakes, and then lost 6 in a row.
Calatum _1. Thank you so much, mate. Appreciate it.
This is now their 7th match point.
6 months in the Slug Club with the
point.
Prime as well. Thank you, dude.
7th
Thank you for that.
And they
Appreciate
still
your
haven't
support.
won. They've got to convert here. They
Oh,
can't
not-
be giving Cloud9
not
more
again.
chances.
Again.
Can they just draw to
Again.
save their mental?
Another brawl. Flash connects. Counter flash swinging. Why are you doing your knife out, Klaus? What's going on there? It's fallen to pieces.
Oh man,
Leaf, of course, he claims it's 2. He wants a 3rd.
there's spaghetti just everywhere on the
Into
floor.
pit.
I can't.
It's Jake who finds it. Huge player advantage. And at this point, Cloud9, you can slow it down. Don't have to fight off of that. You can wait for this Viper Wall to go down. As it
Nice
does.
shot,
Nags
though.
He's given a timing. An off angle now.
Player standing.
Had to be massive. But again, left up to Davies.
And I feel for him. He had a 1v2. He had a 1v3. And now he's got a 1v4. And he's always just the last player alive. Crew have
Holy.
gone into desperation
The
territory
hell
with
is-
their defense.
the hell are
where
these
they're just
games?
trying to push and leave Davies anchoring one
We've
of
seen
the
some
sites on his own.
outrageous games today, I'm
And
not
it
gonna
just
lie.
leaves him in these unwinnable spots.
Spike
He was
planted.
on such a heater at the beginning of this map. And they've done nothing to empower him.
Yeah, I mean, it's such
And
a
help his
gamble.
whole hand.
Such a gamble.
Oh,
Straight to the body of Zelsis there.
yeah, cheeky.
Yeah, I mean, he's just trying to bait a couple of shots here. But look at Cloud9. I mean, they're not going to give anything away here. It's a high-low setup. One player takes contact. They're going to be swinging from multiple directions. And so another round of OT, Josh.
Switching
That's
sides.
The 7th
Overtime.
map point the crew have let slip away.
Yeah.
On the bright side, Davey's getting close to that kill record. Buys a bit more time.
What is going on there in that moment?
It feels like the teams are just deciding, guys, let's settle this with a coin flip.
Yeah.
With this kind of gambit, this kind of gamble as well, just fighting so heavily for this.
But did they tell Klaus that there was going to be a knife fight in B?
I don't know. I mean, is it because he dogged to lead in? He had his knife out to get close onto the angle, dogged, and then as soon as he was out of it, he just wide swung.
And thought that his gun would be coming out first.
Yeah.
Yeah, very possible.
I think that's what happened, but...
I mean, yeah, it was just that. He just had his
when it
dog
gets to this
before. He just had the
situation,
knife out before he
he's
dogged.
turned up, you can feel the
Didn't
opportunity
press the
slipping
gun
away to
button
try
and
and
the
close
switch
out
to
on
that
his mistakes
insta
start
knife
to
when he cancelled dog.
created.
Cloud9 are doing the
Unforced
same
errors.
defensive play again, but this time they catch Nags. It's a dry walk.
Yep.
And they know that crew have been re-clearing A. Crew have been going for it every time.
Jesus.
They don't react
Superman
into
dog.
Rooney on C. They have always tended to go back to A and re-clear. All right, this time, changing things up a little bit. And as that door opens, you see Leaf considering, should I be going C? Should I be going B? Gets into Waterfall so that he's ready for both.
Yeah. I mean, are they trying to fake like it's a B hit here? C
killed-
presence with the spike. They're not making any noise, not using any util. I think they're just trying to walk this one in off of the B presence. But it's being watched for. I mean, Cloud9 are playing defensive positions, 2 at Waterfall, 1 at the back of the site.
30 seconds left.
Rooney, high ground off angle, spots it. Players are noted now. He's going to give the call for the rest of Cloud9 to start swarming in with 20 seconds.
Oh no, the time's so low on this.
Get this spike down the plant down, comes down to the gun
Big
duels.
swings.
The
How the
fight
hell did Leaf
be
get
taken.
to?
C. Last player
Davies
standing.
again, last one left, glide to the side, cuts up the
This is
crosshair
C9's
placement. Cloud9
first
now
chance.
at map point.
Switching sides.
Let's see how many
Match
chances
point.
it takes Cloud9.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they'll convert before they get to 7.
And yeah, if you're crew, you're kicking yourself.
Got one.
Attack timeouts called here. Reflect on what you need to do,
Down. C. One enemy remaining.
because it's another map where you potentially let it all slip away.
Okay, crew have been trying the same thing every time we've seen them recently.
The definition of insanity.
They're just trying a 3 or 4 player stack towards B, and it doesn't make sense. I think what they're trying to do is very heavily deny that ult orb at the start of the round, but every play that they've gone for has failed. And at this point, Cloud9 are ready for it. They know how to dismantle it.
EMEA's
They-
back
they've
to the
gotta be
desk,
smarter.
okay.
If
I mean,
Cloud9 are
it's
gonna
looking
commit
like it
so
might
many
be right
resources
timing.
to that ult orb at the start of the round, then take a different area of the map. Go and fight over
Still though,
map.
that doesn't mean they fix what the tech issue is.
Go and fight over A. Or sit back and wait for C9 to run into you. There's many, many different ways of playing this. But are they going to be able to deal with the pressure?
Got to claw this one back.
OC King, thank
One
you.
chance to do it, to bring it to another section of overtime. Map number 1 in this series. So many chances that they let it slip by.
Minus
Cloud9
one.
with that fire lit underneath.
All right,
In fact,
like
as
we
soon as
said,
it got onto that
First
map point,
time that C9's been map
all
point.
started to come together. The gun rounds starting to find their mark. And here we go. Deep Flash doesn't connect onto anyone, so that's information gained for Cloud9 here. Farming up the orbs. Are they going to try and re-hit off of this? The orb leaves! He just claims 2! A refight again! It's a little bit delayed, but it's all over!
There's 4 people in B and they only lost 1. No way.
It took 1, but it
That's how they close
eventually.
it out.
The comeback all the way.
I asked the question.
Mate, we managed to watch a whole game. We managed to fit a whole game in there. I thought we were going to be here for like 3 rounds. 3 or 6 rounds or something. We managed to watch a whole game before that one started.
Ridiculous.
It was fun as well, it was a good one. I feel devastated for KRU though. Like there is no shadow of a doubt that they lost this. Like this was not C9 winning, that's KRU losing that one.
I don't even know what to think. Were Cloud9 playing very seriously at the beginning of things? Did they only decide to turn up the heat when it got to 12-6? That's what it felt like. But that would be quite ridiculous. You don't spot your opponent 12 rounds.
No,
We need to hire like 5 mental coaches, one for each player.
Taking it a bit more seriously. Cloud9, though,
They did do a timeout. They did a timeout at 12-10, and then I guess there was one at the first half that maybe I missed. Could have been theirs at 3-2, I can't remember, or 3-1.
To begin with, but well, Cloud9 wrangle it all the way back. They take map number 1. We're stepping away for a bit. Next, it's Dash and the Analyst that's going to be breaking it all down, so do not go anywhere.
Okay, let's quickly switch over to EM.